Now it's time for song tales, the meaning and journey behind the song. Many spiritual faiths, they say that we are all connected and that we are one. As spiritual beings, I do believe this to be the case for me. But we are also physical beings, and embracing our differences, our uniqueness, and following our individual calling, mission, purpose is important too. Is what I call follow your magic, a phrase that underpins what Wizardom is all about. Today's topic is about embracing differences, uniqueness, and bringing your flavour to the world through your vision, mission, and calling. The featured song is I'm Different. It was written again in the early 2000s when I was on a journey of finding out who I am. It's taken most of my life to embrace my differences, uniqueness, weirdness, even my awkwardness. And only came in 2006, I recorded a version of this song with a birthday present for my cousin and her then band member, Sean O'Sullivan. They gifted me a recording session, and I did a recording of I'm Different. Last year, I went back to Sean at Highway 9 Productions, did an updated version of I'm Different, 2019-20. It is an anthem of standing up, speaking out, not conforming, and embracing who you are. Here is a performance of I'm Different. People are drifting day to day, living routine lives, keeping death at bay. To be like the others is so damn weak. Finding their true self is not what they seek. Strength and courage is all it takes. Stand on the rooftops and shout out loud. Different, peculiar, weird, even strange. Take me as I am, as I won't change. I love being different, not the norm. I'm no robot, I refuse to conform. If you love being the same, that's your choice. Don't dare shoot me down when I'm using my voice. I like who I am and who I become. Don't try to change me, don't be so dumb. Strength and courage is all it takes. Stand on the rooftops and shout out loud. I'm different, peculiar, weird, even strange. Take me as I am, as I won't change. I like being different, not the norm. I'm no robot, I refuse to conform. Strength and courage is all it takes. Stand on the rooftops and shout out loud. Different, peculiar, weird, even strange. Take me as I am, as I won't change. I love being different, not the norm. I'm no robot, I refuse to conform. I'm different, peculiar. I'm different, peculiar, weird, even strange. I'm different, peculiar. I'm different, I'm different. I'm different, peculiar, weird, even strange. I'm different, peculiar, weird, even strange. I'm different, peculiar, weird, even strange. I'm different, I'm different. Different, peculiar, weird, even strange. Take me as I am, as I won't change. I like being different, not the norm. I'm no robot, I refuse to conform. Hope you enjoyed my new song. Wizardom is self-funded and self-created. If you'd like to give a virtual tip, please go to paypal.me/Wizardom. It'll go towards my first ever album and writing my first book. Any tips are much appreciated. Thank you very much. Hi, welcome to Wizardom channel. Today we have our guest Heath Myers. Heath Myers is a divine channel, quantum evolution and leadership coach, and the founder of Mastery Matrix and the Starseed activations. His journey into spiritual evolution work was catalyzed by a life-changing spiritual awakening, the result of which saw him searching for answers. It marked the beginning of nearly 20 years' dedication to a vast array of personal and professional developments, healing modalities, shamanic practices, and embodiment arts. In that time, he's built a successful, impact-driven business that's transformed the lives of thousands of people and assisted hundreds of others, way showers to expand their influence and aid humanity. Heath is a healer and a world bridger. He served the planet on many levels, from holding channeled planetary activation ceremonies to coaching purpose-driven business owners, to conducting social responsibility programs and leadership facilitation for senior leaders in financial institutions. Heath is a divine channel for various star races and enlightened masters. His mission is to activate the Starseeds and mobilize their services to the world in pursuit of rapidly accelerating planetary evolution. Thank you, Heath Myers, for being here. Welcome to Wizardom channel.
So good to be here, Jules. Been really looking forward to catching up, you and I.
Awesome, thank you. Now it's time for the magical question. The magical question is, what is your advice in regards to following your uniqueness and your calling?
So what is your advice on following your uniqueness and your calling in life, right?
Yes.
Each and every one of us, I believe, is a individualized spectrum of a grand unified whole, right? That each and every one of us in our individuality is experiencing our one and onlyness, right? That one and onlyness is, not only is it unique, it's deeply sacred. It is the very reason why our soul came here to exist as an us. And I believe that it's not that we have a soul as such, but that our soul has an us, right? That my soul has a me, right? And so that's what makes the uniqueness and the me-ness so special, right? Is because there isn't another being like me. There isn't another being like you or whoever is listening to this on this planet or even in this universe. You are a complete one and only. And I believe that our soul's journey, our soul's mission in this lifetime, the very reason why our soul came here to have an us experience, an individualized spirit experience in the first place, was so that it could experience that uniqueness, that element of grand unified truth, right? So when you look at it from that perspective, your uniqueness, your I amness is wholly sacred, right? It is, and it's in that individualization, in the greatest level, the most unique level, the most individual expression of that grand unified whole that you are. It's in your one and onlyness that I believe we actualize and we embody and express our true and unlimited nature. And that this is, to a certain extent, the process of what we refer to as enlightenment or self-actualization or even ascension. that in that one and onlyness, in discovering ourselves and in our unique nature, that we merge into the oneness of all, and we're finally able to accept ourselves as one and all. So in our one and onlyness, we become one and all. And in our one and allness, we realize how special our unique nature is, you know? And so this is why it's so important to be really clear on what it is that makes you different to others, because your differences are indicators of your uniqueness, you know? And I also believe that our soul's journey as a physical being, having an experience as an individual, as a physicalized identity, I believe that our soul's very reason for having that experience is to experience the process of coming into alignment with its unlimited truth in the field of limitation, which is essentially, as humans living in a third dimensional paradigm and existence, we have the experience of limitation. Whether it's an illusion or not is beside the point. We have the experience of it. And so there's kind of like these two really important aspects of self that we're journeying with, which is this authentic self in the physical that authentically experiences real challenge and limitation, and our true authentic self, which is our soul beingness, which is eternal and eternally safe and eternally secure and abundant, you know, and unlimited, right? So we're having the experience of bringing our life into alignment with our true potential and our unlimited nature, and that's part of what our soul is doing. And so how it does that is that it does that through our heart. Our heart becomes like our compass, you know. It becomes kind of like our vibrational scanner for what is aligned and what is not, right? And so following your calling being that thing that your soul came here to offer to humanity at this point in time, is an important part of exploring and experiencing that alignment. And you can tell when you're aligned and you're on your path and you're following your calling, and when you're not, because you can feel it in your heart. It also starts to manifest in your physical experience, in your health, and these kind of things as well. So it's kind of like, you know, the following your calling, if you truly are passionate about living an aligned life, aligned with your true potential, but also aligned with your unique nature, it's important for you to listen to that compass. It's important for you to listen to your heart as a sensor for what is aligned for you, and to get on a pathway of some description, right? You know, like one of the things, I've done a lot of purpose coaching with people, and one of the things I've found, one of the blockers for people stepping into their purpose and stepping into their calling, is that they see purpose as almost like a destination, when it's not. Purpose is a pathway. So following your calling is getting on the path. Part of it is following it, even though you might not be totally certain of who you are or what your unique nature is or what your gift is to the world. But all the time you're not following a calling of some description and you're not walking that path, the likelihood of you stepping into that unique nature is really quite minimal. So, and detaching from the destination completely is what's most important, is because what you achieve isn't important. What's important is the process of knowing who you are and accepting with just pure self-love, absolute self-love, all that you are, no more and no less, and being totally okay with that. And I believe that that's the best advice that I can give someone for following their uniqueness and their calling in life, is to use your heart as your compass, and to bravely take steps even though you don't know where it's going, and to continually be finding and discovering and cultivating new levels of self-love, so that as these elements of your uniqueness come up, you meet them with compassion and you meet them with acceptance and you meet them wholeheartedly, so that you can meet who and what you are in truth and become that one and only that you came here to be, and become the one and all that you were all along. And so it is.
Thank you, Heath, for sharing that beautiful wisdom. Where can we find more about your offerings and how we can find them in your work?
Yeah, I'm pretty active on Facebook and Instagram. But if you go to heathmyers.com, that's heathmyers.com. There's a whole load of blogs there. There's a whole bunch of free workshops and activations. You can also access all of the Starseed activations, of which there's I think there's four so far that I've done this year. There's 4 Starseed activations there that you can access. There's a whole bunch of free materials on heathmyers.com, plus blogs, plus more about what I do. And if you're interested in finding out what it might be like to work with me, you can also explore that on the website as well.
Well, thanks for being welcome to Wizardom channel. Thanks, Heath.
No worries. It's great to be here, Jules, and I'm wishing you all the best with Wizardom, man. It's great to see you embracing your uniqueness. So well done.
Thank you. Welcome to Words of Wizardom. This will be my final thoughts about the topic and episode. This episode was embracing our uniqueness differences, which lead to following our passion and calling. It's such an important to do that, and I've had challenges with this most of my life, either being not clear with my calling and purposes, or just trying to fit in with society and not being who I am. And as Wizardom, I finally last year, when I birthed Wizardom with my show Ageless for the summer solstice in December, I put the steps to following my passion and calling after years of having Wizardom as a vision. So with Wizardom channel, I'm now, as well as my future endeavors and projects, I step and follow the path to embrace all of me, which includes my weirdness, awkwardness, but also my creativity, my heart, my passions. So as Wizardom, I am on the road to doing that, and I hope you all are, in whatever form that is, from president to janitor to whatever, to being an actor or being just a parent for your children. So thank you for being here for this episode. I am the Harmonic Wizard. Follow your magic. See you next time.